Hi everybody, so today is Monday and I have overindulged over the weekend. We knew that was going to happen with the birthday on Friday, Mum taking us out on Saturday, and then I did continue it yesterday. So, a freshly brewed shake. So in here I have a little bit of water just to sort of start the process, a little bit of cold water, dose of coffee to keep me awake this morning, my shake mix, and I've used, this is the vanilla one, but I used a chocolate one this morning, so that's why it's quite dark. So chocolate, coffee, bit of cinnamon, and my chili. So bottoms up. It's lovely because it's got a really, because I put chili flakes in it, and I know, you know, shakes with chili, what am I like? But it's got a real tingle on the tongue. Look at me, look, I've got not a pick of makeup on. My roots need done desperately. Oh God. And anyway, and look, I've got a huge big blind spot on me. Anyway. See, that's what happens when you overindulge on alcohol and everything. It all starts to come out on your skin. Oh, present from Mother. Lovely orchid plant. Very nice. Oops. Just putting that back up there. This is the usual plant that I have. Isn't that so pretty? And false. And still alive. I'll not go into that. I'm terrible. They say you shouldn't get a pet until you can keep a plant alive. You shouldn't get a child until you can keep a pet alive. You shouldn't get a pet until you can keep a plant alive. And you shouldn't get a plant until you can keep a false one alive. I can kill false flowers. Don't even have to ask me why, but I know I can. Anyway. So, where are we? What's our baseline again? Okay, so we ended up on Friday morning, 210.6. And it wasn't great because I'd overindulged in the week because I knew I was going to do cheats. Hey, look, you know, and it's any excuse, isn't it? It really is any excuse. So, this morning I weighed myself, given that I've had literally 3 days of overindulgence, 212.6. So I'm only 2 pounds up. And to be quite honest with you, a day or two of these and that should come back off again. So I'm only doing a quick midweek one here. We'll do a proper weigh-in on Friday. But, oh, and I'd always drink it with a straw as well. This is hot. This is, I've boiled the kettle. It's hot because, like I say, I like to, last longer. And I drink it through a straw. Again, look, it's all psychology, isn't it? Oh, and what do I use to blend it? Wanted to show you that this morning. If I can get it out, if you can see it. There you go. I have a Kenwood's, what does that say? Smoothie to go. Kenwood's smoothie to go. Actually, I have one of these in work as well that I brought in. And it just comes with, the little lids. You get two cups and lids. And then you get, and apologies, I haven't cleaned this yet, so sorry if it looks scummy. The blender. And then basically all that does, these are about, I think they're about £30 or something. You can probably get them cheaper than that. You know, if you, get it on a sale or something. But anyway, basically that screws in. So all your goodies are in there. That screws on. And then this goes into the smoothie to go. And hey presto, buzzes up. There's 2 speeds on it. It is so simple. Like I say, in the summer I put in either frozen fruit or ice in there. Even with a bit of milk or skim milk. And make some really cool either milkshakes or fruit smoothies. And that's where I sort of got the idea for doing these shakes with as well, because a lot of the protein shake flasks or containers, they have like the ball, you shake it up and they have like either a grid sieve on the top, which hopefully breaks up the powder, or they have like, they're now putting in these little metal balls to, break up the powder, so that you're supposed to get a smooth shake as opposed to something lumpy. Which is great, and I think that's great for on the go. But to be honest with you, if you're in the house or in work or whatever, invest in a little smoothie to go type thing. I mean, excuse me, even the likes of NutriBullets or these other sort of versions of them are ideal as well, because you're not putting an awful lot in. I mean, that's maybe, now that's the other thing. They say to make it up with 250 mils of cold water. I have to say, I probably put in near 400, maybe even up to 500 mils, because I put in coffee, because I put in a few other spices and stuff. It doesn't taste watery to me. It just, as I say, the way I like to do it is I like to make a flavoured coffee, a latte version, with the shake being the milk and the flavour of the coffee, and I think what I'm using, I just use whatever ones I'll offer. At the moment I've got Dowie Egberts. I'm not a slave to any particular coffee, to be honest with you. I never even used to like coffee at all. And then I started putting it into shakes, and actually I can actually have a cup of coffee now just as is. So anyway, digressing. So wait, what? Oh, I didn't tell you, I haven't told you how tall I am, or more accurately, how short I am. I'm 5'3", 161 centimetres. I'm actually growing. I was measured when I was 39. From the, right, little bit of history. From the time my child was born, and even during the pregnancy, I was part of a diabetes study. Now, I haven't got diabetes, but I was part of the control group. There's 3 centres across the world, and Belfast happened to be one of them, that are doing these diabetes in pregnancy studies. And they've literally, every few years, when they get a bit of extra funding, they call me and my son back and do all these various tests. And literally tests, like, poked and whatever. All very good. I'm happy to help. I think it's great. Plus, it's a little MOT for me every few years, which is great. So anyway, I've been doing it. So that the last couple, sorry, apologies, my nose is tripping me again. The chili, but who cares? Anyway, the last one I did back when I was 39, they also did an osteogram of my ankle to see what my bone density was. And I was 160 centimetres then, and my bone density was off the chart. I mean, literally, I think what she was saying is, your bone density increases up to about 20, peaks, and then it's the slow decline. And that's why people, women in their 50s, 60s and onwards, especially 70s and 80s onwards, can be prone to osteoporosis. So mine was well off the chart, was higher even than the average for a 20-year-old at that time. So came back there when I was 43. It was 4 years later. Yeah, it's 43, so it's a couple of years ago, a couple of Novembers ago. And got it done again. The weight had gone on. The blood pressure was starting to go up a little bit, but still okay. Cholesterol and everything fine. All the other blood's fine. Did the osteogram again. My bone density had increased. You couldn't break a bone in my body if you tried. However, I was then on a plane to America how things happen. So on a plane to America and I was sitting beside a doctor. So then what he said was, because it's just, talk chitty chatty and whatever, tell him about myself, whatever. And he said, well, your bone density is related to, could be related to the estrogen levels in your body. And which is why women in the menopause obviously can get osteoporosis, because the estrogen isn't promoting bone density. But where is the estrogen coming from? And it can be produced by your fat. I think it's a fat absorbent hormone or fat driven hormone. In other words, the fatter you are, the more estrogen you produce. And then, conversely, the more bone density potentially you can have. It doesn't mean it's in all cases. And clearly, obviously, the more weight that I am carrying, the more stress, though, I'm putting on my joints. So although my bone density may be good, my joints are going to give up. And I've been feeling that. I can sit on the couch and go to stand up, and I can really feel it. Even after 10 minutes just sitting in the one position, I can feel, the joints. The other thing is, they were saying, if you reach the age of 50, or over the age of 45, 50, about a quarter of women, or 3/4 of women, whatever it is, something like that. Of course, there's a difference between a quarter and 3/4, but I can't remember which way around it is. But anyway, have to push themselves off the chair. They can't just get up off a chair. Now, obviously, it depends what sort of chair. If you've got one of those ones that sort of sits right back down and you practically, sink into it, it's obviously going to be difficult for anybody. But I think it's a quarter of women over the age of 50 getting up off a chair. They need, help. So I don't want to get to that stage at all. So again, this is all sort of culminating in why the weight has to come off now. So anyway, so yes, so my bone density had increased. Now that could be because, I'm getting fatter, or it just be because I am big boned, or, all those things. And I am big boned, I'm not skinny, Not that I would use that as an excuse, but it's good to know that I have good bone density and that I'm not prone to osteoporosis, because that is, I don't want broken hips when I'm in my 80s. I really don't. Where else was I going with it? Oh yeah, so then the other thing was, then they put us in what they call the bod pod, which is like this egg shaped thing in our swimsuits and a little swim hat. And it goes through what your body fat is. I don't even want to tell you what it is, but it was like bloody 50% of my body at that time. Fat. Half my body weight is pudge. Not even pudge, fat. Well, you can see it. Look, you can see it. I tell you what, take a look at my week 2 birthday weigh-in. Because I walked over to the fridge just to show a couple of things. And I watched the video back, and no, the 15 views that I have for that video are not all me. Thank you very much. I'm not that narcissistic. Just a little bit, but not much. Anyway, gosh, I'm rambling on here. I was only supposed to do a quick one, but anyway. Maybe it's narcissistic to do these videos, but that's another story. Anyway, my point is, look, I'm even looking at myself now, right? I can actually see now how fat I am. There's a mirror up in my bedroom, and it's a long mirror, and I look at it, and I think to myself, gosh, I go in and whatever, and I don't look too bad. But when I see myself, well, when you catch yourself going past a shop window, especially if you're with someone, and I can really see how wide, how deep I am, deep this way. And how wide I am. I caught myself yesterday and I realised how wide I was compared to my mother. My mother's tiny, beautiful figure for nearly 70. Actually, she's only just turned 69. She'd kill me if I said she was nearly 70. But anyway, really starting to see how fat I am. Not just overweight. No, I can see how fat I am. And I don't want that. I really want to see the face again. I want to see the jawline. I used to hate my jawline being so, sort of square and whatever. God, I'd give anything to get that back again. I don't want this roundness anymore. And I used to have beautiful, I used to love wearing off-shoulder tops. I know I'm showing you stuff, but my point is, I used to be able to see the muscles. The muscles here? I used to get like 2 or 3 wee things. I used to be able to have all them. I used to love all these things. And you don't appreciate it You don't appreciate your youth. You know, it's true what they say, youth is wasted on the young. You don't appreciate it. When you live in that moment, you don't, honestly, unless you're someone like a Kim Kardashian type person whose entire reason for being seems to be to be promoting their outwardness. And hey, more power to your elbow. If you're making money on it and you're happy enough, go for it. I'm not here to suggest anything against that. My God, if I had the figure, I'd bloody use it that way as well. So I'm not one to castigate anybody for whatever way they're making a living, as long as they're not hurt, as long as you don't hurt anyone in what you do in life, in anything. And that's you know, it's the non-aggression principle as a libertarian. And I still have to come to terms with what being a libertarian means as well. But I'm not going to do a political thing here. But anyway, my point is, you're a long time dead. Whatever the hell you want to do in life, as long as you're not hurting someone else or even hurting yourself, because, you know, you don't hurt yourself, then bloody well go out and do whatever the hell you want. You know, just do it. Don't let anybody hold you back. Mr. Nike had it right. Just bloody do it. Anyway, that's off the soapbox. Just do it. That is my byline. You know, so you have my word of the year, perseverance. Just do it. Anyway, we're at 16 and a half minutes and I didn't want to have this long, so my apologies, I'm rambling. But 5'3", I'm 212.6 today. That's the restart. Let's go for 209 by Friday, okay? That's the target, 209 by Friday, okay? So, love you all. Thanks for watching. If you aren't already, please subscribe. I'm doing these weekly, couple of twice weekly ones if events unfold. But love you all. Take care. Bye now.